All right, y'all. Walking through the Luxor Casino right now. Just have it on the phone for now. But this is night one. We're in like a compass. I'll get the GoPro going. Get the GoPro going in tomorrow or something. Right now we're walking through the Luxor, headed to the X-Cal. Probably gonna get some Shake Shack. Love this. Love the old Vegas Strip, baby. All right, yeah. We're at the Bellagio, baby. The Bellagio. What you talking about, Kobe? Yeah, it's in. We're at the Bellagio, having a nice Stella Artois. Walking around, up a little bit. It's early though. Early in the first night. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like here. Oh shoot, if I can. So this is Bellagio. It's a nice place. It's packed though. A lot of people here. Alright guys, it's a little after midnight. Leaving the Mirage now. Had a rough time on the craps table. Lost big time actually. But then the roulette table got hot. So I'm up. I'm alright. Trying to copy me. But leaving the Mirage now. Going back south probably. Put you up in a bit probably. We made our way to the Palazzo. You know, we're having a good night. First night's a good night. He's only here for one night.
I'm only here for a night, baby.
We gotta have a good night. And we don't come here very often. I don't know if I've ever been here, honestly.
I never have.
So let me give you a little look at what it looks like. So that's what we're looking like. I mean, obviously most of the casinos look very similar. Alright, y'all. We're at 3:30 a.m. We're in the Park MGM. Still feeling a little bit. You guys already know. I feel bad. I feel bad for all the Niners fans in here. The place is packed with them. There's one right there. Full person. So many Niners fans. Alright guys, I had a little issue with my mic while I was out in Vegas, so here's just a little glance of what the Luxor hotel room looked like. Actually, a really nice hotel room, but there's multiple sides of the hotel, and this was actually a side I've never been on. It's kind of back in the tunnel, but it's an extremely nice room. A pretty decent view, as you can see here, of the Strip. I was surprised. So obviously the Chiefs had just won the Super Bowl. I go into a little explanation here. I'm still after surgery, so it's still pretty early in the year. Obviously after the Super Bowl, but so this is me going into a little explanation of the Chiefs coming out on top of the Super Bowl. Telling you what I'm about to do. I'm actually about to head out, checking out the Luxor, going to head to Harrah's or walk that way, which is a good part up north. Got the Luxor buffet. That's what I was just showing you there. So I'm gonna eat breakfast, get out of here, come back later in the day, eat lunch or dinner, and just have a good last day in Vegas. So this is me walking out of the Luxor. A lot of these casinos here, they are connected with one another. So I'm walking from the Luxor to the Excalibur, and then from the Excalibur, I will actually finally then go outside. So you'll see that here pretty shortly. So here is the actual food court. It's like the second floor of the Excalibur pretty much. So we'll run through here real quick. And one quick note here is that I've never filmed like this, so it's kind of a weird feeling because it's kind of got me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but it's kind of cool. So I enjoyed doing it, and it was definitely different. So now we're walking down to the Excal floor. This is kind of one of the older in-life hotels, but because of it being older, I really like the Excalibur. I'm not a huge old hotel guy. I'm not a big downtown Vegas guy, but for some reason I always get good vibes in this hotel. They've always treated me right, and that's big for me. So this is the walkway to head out of the Excal. We're now outside, and this is kind of what Vegas looks like from the Excalibur. We'll zoom through here for a little bit and get to some better views for you. So now we're hustling, still kind of coming out of the Excal, but we are venturing out, and you can kind of get a glance of what Vegas looks like if you've never been to Vegas. So we're walking over this little bridge pathway here. That is the New York, right across the street. You can see the MGM over there to the right. It wasn't extremely busy at this time. It was still kind of early on in the morning. It was chilly outside, as you can see. There's people with stocking caps and whatnot, but I mean, it's February, right? So it's pretty cold everywhere. Here's a nice view of the MGM and kind of um, across the Vegas Boulevard here, Las Vegas Boulevard. Um, and then we're walking north here, trying to get to the nice restaurants, or nice restaurants for me. Here's a nice little Reese's joint. I think it might be Hershey's or something like that right around there as well. Um, but Shake Shack, we're coming up on that. My favorite restaurant, at least if you consider that fast food, be my favorite fast food restaurant. But I love that place. this is one of my favorite hotels. Park MGM was it's the new Monte Carlo, so it's where Monte Carlo was, and they've redone it since then, and it is amazing. The beds are some of the best beds, softest pillows I've had in Vegas. Great hotel, casino floor, a little less than average, but it's a good hotel, and I've had some of my best times in the casino, actually as well. So, Italy, we're gonna walk in here, we're gonna tour it a little bit. You need to check it out if you're in Vegas. It is amazing. So I don't ever actually come through these doors. So I was kind of confused on where I was right when I came in here. I was like, whoa, they opened all this up to the right? Well, I usually come in the doors down to the right. So as you can see right up ahead here and to our right a little bit, the cannoli stand. Oh, best cannoli I've ever had in my entire life. It was like a pistachio something cannoli, but it was delicious. They also have some good ice cream there. This place is actually huge. It is huge, and it is amazing. I mean, look at all these restaurants and whatnot. They make their own cheese here. They've got pizza, pasta, obviously wine all over the place. We did a wine tasting, I don't know, a year ago probably. Here's the Park MGM casino floor. Showed a little bit of it our first night we were here. As we leave Italy, we are headed further north. I mean, this is a haul, guys. This is a 2-mile walk all the way to Harrah's from Luxor. So when I'm in Vegas, I don't mind walking a little bit. So. So we are about to come up on some nice little stores here. Right behind us actually is the Aria. I think I got a shot of it earlier, but yeah, so these are the Aria shops. And this leads into kind of the Cosmo as well. This is a nice spot over here. So our next hotel we're going to head into is the Cosmo. It's a beautiful hotel. I think this is, they actually have one of the nightclubs. It's like the Marquee, I think the Marquee nightclub or whatever's in here. I don't think it's Dre's, I think it's the Marquee. Never been to any of the nightclubs in Vegas, but um, they look like they're probably a pretty good time, especially for you younger folks. But look how awesome this is. It is beautiful in here. There's no other hotel that looks anything like this, in my opinion at least. You don't have any of these little nice looking chandelier curtain kind of looking things. It's kind of cool, super neat. I actually don't gamble in here a lot, but the hotel is super cool. Casino is actually really nice as well. It's just I'm a different kind of person when I gamble, and it's different vibes. So not really for me in the gambling part at least. So we're continuing down our long journey here. And here's the famous Bellagio fountains. Not going right at this point in time, but they go. I don't know. They run these fountains, you know, multiple times every day, and usually whichever season it is, they'll have a song going with the fountains. Like during Christmas season, they'll play something like Jingle Bells or something like that. It's super cool. Um, and they also have a little spot inside the Bellagio where I mean everyone. It's kind of like their little famous scene, but also through the holidays and different seasons as well. Whether it's like Christmas or I don't know any holiday, they will kind of decorate towards that holiday. It's super cool. So next we're walking on over to the old Caesar's Palace. Right here is actually Absinthe. I've been to one show in Vegas. This is it. It's like a little tent right outside Caesar's. I say little tent, but once you get in there, it literally is huge. It's kind of like like a Harry Potter world. It's super neat looking in there. It's kind of like a foggy kind of thing, and Absinthe is it's kind of a raunchy acrobatic show. It'll have you on your toes, and if you have anxiety, you have anxiety throughout most of the show. It's crazy and awesome. Here's Hell's Kitchen. This isn't the place they actually do the show at, but it's kind of like the exact same look and mock-up. This is recently built, probably within the last year or so. And now we are walking into the old Caesar's Palace. And every time I get in here, you know, I say the dumb hangover joke. Wait, did Caesar actually live here? It's so dumb. So this place is so huge. I actually know someone that works in Caesar's Palace. She works at one of the Gordon Ramsay restaurants. Actually, my Erin and I, my wife, went there one time, and she waited on us, and that was pretty cool. I used to work with her back in the day, but here I'm showing you a little sports book. It's pretty neat, actually. Sports book's really cool. And because, you know, I was out here during the Super Bowl, I actually ran into a person in Caesar's Palace from Kansas City, I think from the Overland Park area, and we sat there and talked for 15 or 20 minutes about everything. And it was actually pretty cool. It's Now we're heading over to probably my favorite hotel on the Strip. And we're getting close, getting extremely close to Harris, which is super awesome. But this is the Mirage. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is a trip. It's at least, well, it's probably a 40-minute walk, 45-minute walk. Of course, I take some detours here and there sometimes, but if you're on a nice pace, I always think I can probably get it in 35 minutes. I don't know. It kind of just depends if you're hitting traffic right. But the Mirage is, in my opinion, the best hotel all around. Rooms are amazing. I've always been treated right in the Mirage as well, and yeah, I would if I were wanting to stay anywhere, and I've never. It could be a little pricier, but get what you pay for, and the Mirage is definitely worth it, in my opinion. And Harris is right across the street, so that's where I ended up staying the last night. I'd never stayed at Harris in Vegas. Wanted to try it out. I try and stay at a different spot every time I go to Vegas, so I'm getting there. But this was my trip, and actually my phone dies here, or the GoPro dies in the Mirage, so I end up switching to my phone and get a few little last captures, some last videos. So you'll see those here soon.